My name is Sonny Macon.
I'm Peter Daiga, President and CEO at ABC Florida East Coast Chapter. You're listening to the Obvious Podcast, where all opinions expressed are our own unless we say otherwise. Love the show? We ask you to subscribe on any major podcast platform or watch us in action on YouTube. Follow the Obvious Podcast on TikTok, Instagram, X, and True Social. All the links you need are in the show notes. Reach out to us anytime at theobvious@abceastflorida.com. And if you're enjoying the ride, help others find us by leaving a review wherever you listen. So happy Thanksgiving Friday.
Happy Black Friday.
So happy Black Friday.
I'm shocked you and I are not standing in line at a store right now shopping.
I'm probably up to my elbows in miles and miles of extension cords as we speak right now. So,
you know what? I cannot wait for the lights to be done.
SoFlowChristmas.com. Sure.
Yep.
So come on out.
If you want to see what a million lights on a house look like, you got to go to Peter's house.
So yes, we endeavor to get them lit or turned on for the first Sunday of Advent, which usually is the Sunday after Thanksgiving. So on Friday, I'm probably scrambling. So, the family and I.
No, that's today. You're scrambling today.
Scrambling to get the final touches done.
Yep.
So in any event. However, we're here with you to talk about our Thanksgiving.
It's our special. Yep, it's our special Thanksgiving episode.
We thought we'd stop and reflect on what we're thankful for. at ABC. Mm-hmm. We recently, earlier this month, had our leadership retreat and annual planning conference, strategic planning conference. We had an agenda item where we talked about, the ways in which ABC Florida East Coast Chapter in particular delivers value to the industry and the members. And we thought maybe it'd be a good time to review some of those things and some of those ways we're thankful for. So.
Right. Well, before we get into that, I do want to say I'm thankful for you, Peter, for this show we get to do, for our production team, Mr. Producer, Mr. Director. I think we have a great team here, and we put out a great product, and could not be honored to be a part of this organization and this team.
Well, thank you. I thank you as well.
The show.
We are blessed in many ways. They're not without challenging times, but I don't think there's a day where I'm not grateful for the mission of ABC, the members that make us pursuing it, possible. So anyway, we're definitely blessed.
Yep.
So in any event, there's a lot to be thankful for. So I hope you feel the same way.
Right, and our families, and this whole season and this time, especially this week, it is about giving thanks. So we just want you to keep your focus on that.
Thankful for the country. So a little bit about Thanksgiving, which I'm a little bit, snob about a little bit of it because we're from Florida.
I'm so grateful you said that, because I was like, oh man, don't ask me with the history of Thanksgiving.
Well, the first Thanksgiving was actually celebrated in Florida almost 65 years before the Pilgrims that get all the credit.
I didn't know that.
So yes, the Spanish Catholics celebrated.
I've never heard the word pilgrim said with such contempt as you just did right now.
Well, I'm going to tell you why.
Okay, tell me.
So it was like 65 years actually before the Plymouth celebration of Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Pedro Menendez, landed in St. Augustine and celebrated Thanksgiving with the Saloy, I think, Indian tribe.
Wow.
They had the I was going to say gringos, but they weren't. They were Latinos.
Okay.
Brought salted pork and hard sea biscuits, and I'm trying to think what else they brought to the Indians. Had a lot of more local flair, venison and tortoise and and corn and all sorts of stuff. It was the first Thanksgiving, and it was 65 years before the actual Plymouth one. The reason I say in contempt is because I love the fact that in St. Augustine today, we commemorate that first Thanksgiving with a cross.
Wow.
Whereas the Pilgrims celebrate it with a rock.
Oh, yeah.
Plymouth Rock, right?
Plymouth Rock, yeah.
Those Puritans, they couldn't have any icons or any statues or anything, I don't know. So in any event.
That's awesome.
It's true. This is about 65 years before this. So anyway, it's pretty cool. Well, that we in Florida actually,
So, when you're by the waterfront in St. Augustine, and if you haven't been, you got to check it out. Oldest city in America.
Beautiful
city. Beautiful. There's I forget the name of the road, but it's like a little park, and there's a restaurant, and there's a church there that says it's like super old.
Well, the cathedral's there. It's obviously not the original cathedral.
Yeah,
It's the oldest parish, I think, in the United States.
Yeah.
But it's been burned down like many times.
Many
but
times,
but in terms of a presence, yeah. I mean,
Wow.
by the way, the word Thanksgiving, the actual Greek word for Thanksgiving is Eucharist.
Really? I didn't know that.
So, which of course for Catholics means quite a bit, because that's, the Eucharist in the Mass, is Thanksgiving, and that's actually the Greek word for Thanksgiving is Eucharist. So, in any event, we have a lot.
Thought the Thanksgiving episode would be this educational.
So,
You were kidding when you said you were like a snob on Thanksgiving.
well, because it's Florida tradition. I grew up in St. Augustine and North Florida in Gainesville, so I don't know.
That's great. I
think
had
it's
no idea
pretty
that
cool
the
history. So,
First Thanksgiving was here.
and I don't think it's disputed. But it's weird how certain things in life, other things get
Cultural lore, right? It just becomes cultural lore.
Yeah. So either way, it's awesome that we have as a nation, and it took centuries later, I think, before it was declared, or we had a day to give thanks. One of my favorite holidays still. I mean, I obviously love Christmas, with the lights and the meaning of Christmas, but they haven't found a way to, and I hope they never do, commercialize, I think, Thanksgiving, So, right, it's still about
Giving thanks.
giving thanks, and family, I think in large part, and spending time together and eating great food, and so in any event, it's a cool holiday.
And for a while there, I don't know if you remember, but like all the stores decided it would be a great idea to open on Thanksgiving. But I think there was a reaction against that, and so they started closing again. And I'm glad.
Me too.
Like the sacrosanctness of that day being devoted to your family or being
You grew up in Chicago, I think.
suburbs,
Those that grew up in Florida Publix used to be closed on Sunday. I remember when
just on Sundays.
they'd close on Sundays, even they were not open on Sundays. And I still remember. I don't remember the exact day, but I remember the day I read they were changing, and I thought, oh, poor Publix. Right.
I get it.
It's like, really, can we not get all our groceries on the other 6 days of the week?
Exactly.
Can there, I don't know.
The blue laws and all of that. I think in the South they had a pretty significant impact.
We at least have the day, and I think most people.
So growing up in the suburbs, the only thing that was open was the gas stations, and I remember on Thanksgiving, and this is my childhood, and my family and I had a tradition. Right, my dad would do traditional Thanksgiving. They would cook way more food than, and I have no siblings. I'm an only child, so. It'd be us three, and then maybe some of my friends would stop by from the neighborhood, right? Okay. And then he would make me go out there and help put up Christmas lights. And I would freeze my butt off, and I would always complain. And then as night would set in, he'd be like, all right, let's go. So we'd get in the car, we'd go into downtown Chicago to look at the city Christmas tree. Because the Michigan Avenue is just beautiful at Christmas. Yeah. And
wow, that sounds great.
It was amazing.
Sounds Norman Rockwell.
Very Norman Rockwell-y. Memories of Thanksgiving, but that was the only day where everything was closed. Everything, right? Even there was. Growing up, I felt like there was more stuff open on Christmas than on Thanksgiving, and it was really disheartening the last few years when things were starting to open up again. But I think the American consumer has really reacted against that.
Yeah. I think Publix is closed on Thanksgiving.
Yep. Well, thank God, right? My gosh. But
you better have all the stuff you need.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Anyway, we're grateful for. We're going to spend a little time talking about ABC now, but I hope you had some time with your and are still enjoying some time spending with your family. You've carved out, whether it's today or later, 20 minutes to listen to us.
My favorite part about Thanksgiving in Chicago, my dad would always buy like a 28-pound turkey, which was massive for our family.
Right, but the leftovers are the best part of it.
But the leftovers are the best part. But it was so cold. He never had to put it in the fridge. He could just leave it in the garage, and it would stay fresh.
Sure. Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw it. He brought home a massive turkey. I think I was like in 8th grade. Yeah, I was like, Dad, you won't even fit in the fridge. He's like, don't worry, we'll just put it in the garage.
You don't have to worry about that. You had to have a big oven. Damn.
Yeah, it was a big oven. That's for sure. So,
but yeah, the leftovers are the best part. A lot of people say they don't like turkey, but I like turkey. But then the leftovers are even, with gravy's even better, and the turkey soup, oh my God, the best, and turkey sandwiches. And
but by itself, it's too dry. Like it needs something.
I like it.
Really?
It's done right, sure. Yeah, especially the dark meat's not as dry. And the white meat, if you cook it right. So, yeah, I know. It's like cilantro and I don't know what else. You're on one side or the other of these debates.
Yeah,
And you're either like turkey or you hate turkey. So anyway, I'm on the like turkey
I like
column.
turkey.
So I saw something too that brought back memories. We haven't had it, but I'm probably going to ask my sister, who usually comes and visits with my nieces and does all the cooking while I'm stringing lights. Probably going to ask her because I have some memories of it with my mom. I saw a commercial about it that reminded me. You used to make like chipped beef and on toast, but instead chipped turkey. It's like you cut the turkey up, and put gravy on it, and you put it on an open faced sandwich on toast.
Oh yeah,
Delicious.
That's very good. Yeah,
Another good use for your leftover turkey.
so that's a very common dish in the diners in the Midwest.
So it's a Midwest thing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Open faced something it's called turkey sandwich, but it's very common.
Yeah, it sounds delicious. Yeah. And I have some memories of that. Anyway,
So listen, this year flew by. We're in November.
we couldn't in the time left, I don't think, list,
all the
which is
things
why
we're grateful for.
if you haven't seen it, every year we do a year in success, which we hope to be out, sometime in February, kind of summarizing or early March. Our successes in 2025 on behalf of you, our members, that make it all possible in the industry. But let's kind of rattle off a few.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, first of all, I can't believe the year flew by as fast as it did.
I'm convinced the Earth is like spinning faster or something.
My gosh. Number one, like getting our LEA bill passed.
Unbelievable.
Huge victory.
Unbelievable.
Right?
And we'll really won't
years
begin
in the
to
making.
reap the rewards. And I'm sure we kind of anticipating some struggles. There shouldn't be. It's pretty cut and dry, but some things oftentimes are not as simple as they appear. But anyway, that actual doesn't go into effect until July 1st. So July 1st of next year, even though we got the bill passed this year,
All right.
we'll really start to reap the benefits financially next year.
Your turn.
So,
What are you grateful for this year?
so my term, again, I'm going to lead with the obvious.
We'll go one by one. So it's
I'm going to just lump, most of our events into, the quality of them, the creativity of them, the great venues, the awesome ability for people to network and do business development at our events.
Yeah.
Many of them, by the way, also with a good focus on. We were talking earlier about not just young professionals, but we kicked off an inaugural Touch a Truck event this year, which had hundreds of young kids.
800 people showed up. Amazing.
Yeah. So any event, I don't know that again, people realize most people join an association for those networking, but we do a lot of positive government and political affairs, which we led off with a success there. And we do a lot of outreach to the community, developing hopefully people, construction industry professionals of the future.
So the one thing I'll say about our events, right? Like it's a great product. I mean, all of them, right? Every single one is just one great product after another. But what I'm so impressed by is the product is great, but they're all fiscally beneficial for the organization, right?
Unbelievable.
Like we never have to put out a great product at the cost of fiscal success, right? Like financially sound.
And by the way, we would. I mean, there were times, I think, as an organization, if we had to use a certain event as a loss leader or, we're willing to break even.
We don't need to do that.
We don't. I mean, it's amazing. So, and again, in large part because of great staff, Amy,
team.
whose job is sponsorship and strategic relations, which, and again, it's the generosity in large part from our sponsors, but they don't do it out of the generosity of their heart. We want to make sure that they get value,
of course.
I think for their sponsorship and support.
And the fact that so many of them come back again and again and again for multiple events
proves that, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. That means they're getting value for it. Oh, my turn. Our acquisition in Miami,
Wow.
right?
It's no fair. You're getting all the big ones. Boy, was that big, huh?
That was a huge success.
Yeah.
Right.
So for years, we've had a presence in Miami-Dade as the leader in apprenticeship education. You would expect us to, but it was always lease space. Leasing space, especially in Miami, comes with its challenges.
Yep.
And we finally, after years of looking, we finally found a property that, there were many aspects of it that just hit all the notes for us, and we made it happen. So, and in large part, it was because of the earlier success you mentioned, which I think made us be able to dream a little bigger, in terms of, so anyway, going from, being able to accommodate maybe 300 students a year in total enrollment to 1,200 in the new facility.
So
anyway, home run. So no doubt about it. So I think that's great success. So I'm going to say I'm grateful for our ABC Labs, our MOU.
Oh yeah, our own software product.
Yeah, and the progress we're making on being leaders, I guess, if you will, in that arena.
Virtual
How it's
reality.
going to have multiple positive impacts, I think, on our student body and our education offerings and the quality of it and retention.
It's been a great year.
So, yeah.
It's been a great year.
So anyway, that was a good one.
Yeah.
So
All right. I'm grateful for our memorandum of understanding that we signed with Space Florida.
wow, right? And really, that's we're only at the infancy stage of that.
know,
I think we'll be talking about that for
a long time.
for a few years to come, because we have high ambitions.
High ambitions.
But that was the first step, right? Having to have that MOU with the organization in Florida that's been given a lot of the land that's there, that's helping develop the space industry and their needs for apprenticeship-related trades, if you will, in that area, and hopefully the partnership that we're building with them
And the space companies.
and with the space companies and with the federal government. So anyway, stay tuned. That success is going to, many other successes are going to build on that one. So.
Do you know in 3 years they are expecting more than 350 launches a year out of Cape Canaveral? I mean, that's insane. That's a launch a day, at least a launch
Unbelievable.
a day. Right?
Unbelievable.
Like it's
And of course, with the, I remember Reagan talking about, and he was ridiculed. They coined the Star Wars. To try to, the idea of a golden dome or a missile dome, which Israel has for some time successfully
with American
deployed.
technology and American companies.
Right. So, but we find that we now have a president that actually is committed to actually developing it, and I think. My gosh, the work that's going to have to be done in terms of launches and satellite launches for that is going to be huge. So hopefully we'll be a part of it. Did I mention so my turn?
Mm-hmm. Your turn.
We also kind of announced this year a deal that will be starting in January with the Department of Juvenile Justice. Have we talked about that yet?
Nah, that's another good one. Yep.
So
January 5th, that kicks in. Go ahead. You want me to tell?
Yeah.
All right. So
my thing, and you give them the details.
So we have a deal with the Florida Department of Juvenile Justice where we get to go into these juvenile facilities. We're starting with one, but eventually take on multiple locations across the state to teach these kids construction trades, to teach them how to become electricians and plumbers and give them a pathway, and not just teach them a trade, but then to also help them get placement as they come out of these programs.
That's the most important part.
That's the most important.
And again, everything we talk about has some connection to ABC. We don't do these things just for the sake. It's for helping develop our workforce or for our members. So if you have any kind of a need for entry level skills, or maybe you're a GC and you partner with a lot of trade contractors or trade partners. Make sure you help them be aware of the fact that we have been for some time a really good source of, entry level pre-construction or pre-apprenticeship graduates. Yeah. Even more so with this partnership with DJJ, which again we're starting at one facility, like 100-bed facility in Okeechobee. Mm-hmm. But they have, I think, 29 or 39
I think it's
facilities around the state. And we trust that if we show them how we as an industry can produce and put to work some of these kids as they come out, give them a second chance in life, that hopefully our partnership can grow. Yeah. So anyway, that was mine.
Wow.
Believe it or not.
So it's my turn.
Yeah.
I am grateful for. There's been so much happening.
We've got the really big ones.
Yeah,
covered.
we got the big ones covered.
There's so many. I mean, every day in and day out things we do here in terms of
our staff, right? Like our staff is incredible. Everybody is just so mission oriented, and just to really fight the fight, and to be. Look, we're 60. We're going to be 60 years old in 2 years, or a year and a half now, right? 60 years old. Our apprenticeship program, which is the largest in the state, is celebrating its 50th anniversary. It is so easy to become complacent it is so easy to sort of be like on cruise control. But, our team and our leadership, we just constantly are innovating, constantly are getting better at what we do, constantly delivering value in ways that our members hadn't even thought of, right? Because you don't think of a trade association as being a hub of innovation. But we are, and we're doing some incredible things. We're not doing incredible things to just do incredible things. We're doing incredible things for our members, and they see the value in that, which is why we are where we are. And obviously, none of that would be possible without our staff.
Oh, absolutely. So, and there's so many things to be grateful for on a micro level. The continued growth of the apprenticeship program and enrollment, continued growth of our pre-apprenticeship programs. I think that's all, tremendous excitement. We've got some new programs that we're adding to our standards, which is exciting. The ABC Cares Foundation and reaching a $1.5 million endowment and growing as big as it did this year.
Big victory.
And that's not to count the restricted giving that's approved by the Board of Trustees for the various natural disasters and handlebars for the holidays. Yeah, there's so much.
I'm grateful for the show. How many episodes will we have recorded this year?
This is 66.
We'll end up recording 70 episodes this year.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yep, it's awesome.
So, very proud of the show. Everywhere I go, every event I go to, somebody will bring it up and somebody will say, love the show, enjoy the show, learned a lot, right? And when we started this little thing, we had no idea if we would have any impact.
That's right.
And
a little bit of a month ago, or at the early beginning part of this month, we had our board annual retreat and strategic planning. One of the things that came out of that retreat is, and again, something very exciting, I think, to look forward to the future, is we're going to develop an innovation hub and center.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Right? And this idea really goes back a number of years ago.
Yeah.
The board at our retreat a number of years ago, somebody first brought it up, but at that time, it was such a novel idea.
Niche idea.
Right, that nobody was really able to take it to the next level. But with the acquisition of the space and with further conversations at our planning conference, we think we can probably, do something
That's
positive.
very exciting. That's very exciting to be able to
Right?
essentially build an innovation hub within ABC so we can go and attract, early stage ideas, mid stage ideas, support these companies, give them not just the space, but also access to potentially capital and access to the wealth of institutional knowledge we have, not just amongst us as staff, but with our members.
Absolutely.
And to the ability to stress test their ideas and
Super
be
exciting.
able to do all that under one roof. So we're very excited about getting that going and launching our first cohort and getting applications in.
The impending renovation or build out, if you will, of our new training center, as well as, although we put it a little bit on the back burner, but I think it'll probably happen. Hopefully,
I think it'll be next year's Thanksgiving episode. We'll be grateful for that.
But hopefully we'll have a tenant improvement or a build out, if you will, of the office space as well.
Yep.
Something modernizing that we've wanted to do. Anyway, I guess we're running out of time. We could keep going. We
could keep going,
part
but
two on things we're grateful for. But that's the highlights. And this is the day in and day out of membership support, growth, level of sponsorships, the quality of our events, the inroads we're making in terms of education, the political affairs influence and growth.
the growth in pre-apprenticeship. It's
Growth in pre-apprenticeship.
this year,
Yep.
right? Remember that meeting we had with the
Did we kill the heat ordinance this year too?
that was this year.
That's kind of big.
That was this year, yeah.
Kind of big at the local level, Even before we got the preemption at the state level, we kind of killed it at the
was
local
this year,
level. So.
yeah. Do you remember the kid we met with who came to us from Wendy's, who came through our 333 program, got exposed to the trades, decided he wanted to be an electrician. We scholarshiped him into the class.
Yeah.
Within 2 months, he got hired.
Guy's life has changed forever.
It was changed.
So, anyway, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Peter.
Sonny, happy Thanksgiving to you all and your families and to the ABC family. We appreciate you and all you make possible. So until next time.
Take
ciao.
care.